You and your New Jersey colleague sent a letter to the House and Senate Appropriations Committee asking for $2 billion in emergency funds to fix the infrastructure that's partially causing the Newark airport crisis. A lot of people have been paying attention to this. This should be something that's bipartisan. I know this just happened, but your staff, I'm sure, is working the phones.
Around the clock.
What sense do you have of whether you need Republicans to get this funding, of whether there's an openness to that in getting this passed in short order, which is needed?
Yeah, three things have caused this crisis really quick. One is the administration come in and started firing everybody, fired key officials in the FAA, fired folks at a time that we were having staffing shortages. That was just plain dumb and hurt the operations. Number two, it was a shortage of air traffic controllers, which is part of that personnel story, that we have too tight of a flow. We need to get more people on the job, and that's been hurting it. But the main thing, number three, is we are dealing with archaic technology that needs to be replaced. And Newark was especially vulnerable because when they moved the air traffic controllers, they ran an old school, almost like an extension cord down there that created more of vulnerabilities. And without having redundancies in the kind of technology we need, like fiber optics, dealing with these copper cables, all of that was set up for disaster. That needs to be fixed. And it's not a problem just of Newark, by the way. We're particularly vulnerable, but throughout the whole system. And so I've been doing everything to address all of those problems, from talking directly with the Secretary of Transportation to talking to air traffic controllers, getting their input about how do we solve this problem of the shortages. One of the key things, though, is you can't fix a problem unless you put the resources into it that are necessary to upgrade the systems. So we have an emergency appropriation, and I'm asking Republicans to step forward and understand this. Today might be in Newark, but tomorrow might be in a red state, and this is a crisis the United States of America should not have.
And clearly asking for emergency, it is a crisis happening at Newark Airport. Do your constituents, I'm sure, are calling your office all the time? Is this safe to fly? Would the senator fly? Would you fly out of Newark Airport?
I'm going to fly in the next week out of Newark. It's my home. I live a mile or two from the airport. That's how close I am. I have spent 6 years, I feel like longer than that, bringing hundreds of millions of dollars to improve that airport. Anybody who's gone through Terminal A, I hope you've seen some of the resources we've brought. This is a moment. It is a premier airport in the busiest, most congested air space in our nation. It is 20% of our nation's economy relies on the transportation structure there. We need to fix this and be a first-class country, not having these kind of developing nation problems. It's unacceptable, and the buck stops with this administration. Stop making things worse with your senseless layoffs, with undermining public safety by getting rid of safety officials. Stop blaming it on DEI like we heard after that plane crash. This is about stepping up, taking responsibility, and fixing the problems. And I'm going to give you all the bipartisan support you need, but fix it.
You're telling me it wasn't the last administration, as we heard from the Secretary of Transportation today. We're going to take a very quick break.
Yeah, leaders don't pass the buck. You know that as well as I do.
Well, it's been 114 days. Come on.
They're passing the buck.